Hi everyone. Today I want to show you a tool that has been released very recently by Google, which is the Gemini Code Assist, which is basically an AI tool which you can install as extension of Visual Studio Code. What is interesting about this is that it works similarly to all other AI coding IDE or extensions like raw code, GitHub Copilot, and all augment code and all the others that we mentioned. The competition is ramping up very quickly, and what you have to notice here is that you can use totally for free Gemini 2.5 at no cost with a chat interface, having automatic code completion as you write, and especially you have a limit of 6,000 code related requests and 240 chats requests daily. So basically, you can use this totally for free always, which is something that nobody else, all other have bigger limits than this. It uses Gemini 2.5, which is basically the top model of Google. It also reduces your code review time and help improve quality. So you can use it for GitHub automatically reviews your pull request in GitHub to find bugs and style issues. So as you can see here in the image, you can basically use it within GitHub as well, which seems very interesting. And there are instructions to install it on GitHub. You can get relevant code and chat with a large context window. So you can use basically with 1 million token. This is something that other IDE coding tool have much less in terms of token usage in the context window, which is very important for bigger code base. Actually, something that probably is unique for it. And this is within the IDE extension. You can build a better app with AI assistance in Firebase. So it seems like that you can get started with Firebase and then doing that using actually the Firebase Google IDE that they built. You can also interact with Firebase. It's very interesting. Let me know if you want, especially to have a video about the Firebase console, the Firebase Google ID, using it to build a web application. But by the way, Google Code Assist can be used in many different ways. Also, in the Cloud Shell editor, you can prototype with no-cost environment from Google Cloud. Google Cloud Shell Editor provides a no-cost pre-configured development environment with Google Gemini Code Assist pre-installed. Cloud Shell Editor can be used 50 hours per week at no cost, allowing you to try Gemini Code Assist for professional development and use it to build your next application. So within the Cloud Shell Editor, which sounds very interesting. What we will do today is to have a look how this works in Visual Studio Code. So as I mentioned, what I did is to go to the extension section. I select Gemini, and as you can see, Gemini Code Assist is the one you need to install. I already installed it, and if you go down here, you will be able to click to Google Gemini. So I'm currently in a folder which I created, which is called Tella clone. Why that? Because I want to attempt in this video to create a clone of Tella. Tella is a web application which allows people to record videos online and to use on YouTube or on any social media. I actually use Tella to make my own videos. If you want me to make a video about how I make videos with Tella, let me know, because that can be a topic. If I see that you're interested, it's topic I might do in the future. By the way, I'll just write a prompt to build a plan to then build a Tella clone application. Actually, what is interesting, I'm not sure if it already uses the search option to search the web, and I don't know if it's aware of the Tela web application, but that's okay. I will just try to check right now if it does. So build a plan which allow to build a Tella clone application to be used locally to record videos with the same settings and functionality, layout, etc. as in the real application. Let's see. Let's go with it. I'm really curious to see if what it will build. As you can see, it is starting to think. I'm curious to see about the speed of development and how it behaves generally in terms of context. I can see that there are no MCP at the moment within this Google AI coding tool. There are not so many features. Um, but no settings to like there are in other coding IDE which allow to set the rule file, the code, the project rules, the docs. So something that I'm wondering in the future will be implemented, but you can specifically set the context of your code base. By the way, it created a plan. It's quite big, to be honest. I will go very rough and say, based on this plan, just start building it. I simply said, based on this plan, develop the app and allow me to test it. Let's see what come out with. I will not build the entire application, but I think we will understand enough here how it behaves in building the application. And we will see probably some little MVP. It is not. I notice also that there is not the agent mode, which I think is something I would wish to happen. Just say go for it. So every time for each singular task, I will have to manually do it. It is asking me which technology is used next, JS and Node.js for the backend and the Python code and Node.js probably. So it is more dynamic coding assistant. I say the name anyway. So don't expect an agent to build the application totally for you as the others. So, but it is definitely interesting. I wonder if it will write the code or if it will be just a chat companion instead. But by the way, consider that it's totally for free. So that's the interesting thing to have without paying anything. So you say you can copy go to clipboard, accept changes. Let's see if you can accept all changes all at once. Seems like no, it's not possible. So step one, we will accept the command and it is actually performing the action. So let's say yes. Let's say yes also to this. Let's say yes to everything and let's allow to install the application. Once it will complete, we can run the CD into the Tella clone. Something interesting is that for some of the code, you can apply the changes just clicking to run in terminal or applying the changes like I did here. In some other scenarios, like here, I couldn't apply the changes. Rather, you have to do it manually. So, to conclude, use this tool to make changes, but make sure understand that this is not like a full-fledged AI coding IDE like the others, but it is a solution that is totally for free and can do a lot just using for free Gemini 2.5. Let me know if you like the video like this. Like, comment, subscribe, and push the notification bell to make sure that you see all videos in this channel. And let me know what you think about this tool and if and which case would you use it most. And see you in the next